Hey guys, welcome. I do not do these too often. In fact, I have not done these in a very long time, but let's do a little bit of GSC. I used to sprinkle these into the channel every now and again, not super regularly, but I realized that since coming back over the summer, I have not done a single GSC game, and I decided now's a cool time to change that. Hopefully, since I haven't actually seen this game, this is not a 300 turn stall fest the way that GSC can sometimes be. So, this is Alice, also known as Jokra, against Conflict, and this is for the Pokemon Online Grand Prix Week 1. Neither of these players are on my team, so I am neutral as to who wins this match. So, Alice, that's Jokra, she's on the bottom, Conflict is on the top, they both have a Zapdos lead, and we have a Thunder Wave and a Thunder respectively. Thunder does connect, but doesn't get the para. Here's the obligatory lax that both players are going to have. Conflict shows his first, and Fortress is the response from Jokra. There's Body Slam, finds the para, Lax does carry Flamethrower in this gen sometimes, and, speak of the devil, there it is. Alice did stay in to get a layer of spikes down, but was that worth it to take such heavy damage from the flamethrower? I'm not sure. And Conflict gets out ahead of it, gets T-Tar into the opposing Lax, Rock Slide, Lovely Kiss comes down here, that's going to put the T-Tar out of commission for a while, and as such, he gets out of the way. However, Conflict has a a Miltank, it'll have Milk Drink, but the Miltank will universally carry Heal Bell, and once it's done neutralizing this Lax here, which it needs those growls to do, that's why he did that, he took big double-edged damage there, but once the Lax has been neutralized, it can in fact use Heal Bell and wake that T-Tar up. There's Thief from Alice, stealing lefties from Miltank, a little bit obnoxious. There's the aforementioned, albeit accidentally mentioned, Milk Drink, and T-Tar comes in here still asleep. Miltank comes back, remember it doesn't have its lefties thanks to Gengar, and it's on the bad end of a double edge, this time 35%. Milk Drink just to be safe, double edge again, 38%, gives us a rough idea of the damage range here. Growl could come down, and it does. And double edge obviously doing less now, just 26%, probably another Milk Drink coming up. Here comes Zapdos, it is paralyzed from the Thunder Wave before. Interesting that he doesn't go for Heal Bell here. Conflict instead opts for Quagsire, which is a Belly Drum user in this generation and could be a threatening sweeper, but instead he opts for Starmie here. Gengar comes in on it, and it's a switch back to Zapdos. A lot of switching here. Good thing Gengar got out of the way. It would not have appreciated that T-Wave whatsoever. Rapid Spin comes down. Starmie dodges a bullet there with Thunder, but it was almost a coin flip as to whether that hits or not because it's 70% accuracy and there's the paralysis, but missing twice in a row is definitely unlucky for Alice. Both of those would have really hurt the Starmie had it connected, so that was pretty unlucky. And Conflict here is going to go EQ and nail the Gengar on the way in. Super effective. It does not have Levitate, therefore it takes heavy damage. Tried to take Quagsire with it with the surprise Destiny Bond, but that did not pan out. Starmie now surfing into the Zapdos, but gets out of the way. Does not want to push its luck after dodging those Thunders before. Vaporeon comes in. Hidden power there is going to be something physical, might be rock, because remember, Quagsire is going to have Belly Drum. It's going to bounce off Vaporeon here. Surf bounces off Starmie, but it's a switch back now to Zapdos. That finds the opposing Zapdos, which is likely to have Sleep Talk, as they almost always do in this gen. And there is Sleep Talk finding Hidden Power, which is going to bounce off Lax. Here it is sleeping again, and it's going to find Rest in its sleep. Doesn't need it. It's already at full health. And there is the Curse for Conflict. Rhydon coming in at this point. Flamethrower, 11% bouncing off it. So we've seen Body Slam, Flamethrower, Curse, not the last move. Here's the +1 Body Slam. Does find para, gets roared out. Rhydon here would easily die to the Starmie Surf. 4x weakness, so he gets out of the way. Quagsire ahead of it for Conflict, gets in on the electric, and here is the Belly Drum. First opportunity to do huge damage here. The max attack Quagsire. Eats a big surf but survives, and there's a critical hit. Max attack stab EQ to take out Vaporeon for the first knockout of the game, favoring Conflict. There's an Ice Punch looking for a BS Freeze, though it could be Heal Belled away. Freeze doesn't come. Here's Quagsire now. Finds itself staring down Lax. It's at only 29%. Miltank comes in at this point. There's Double Edge, 39%. It was doing roughly 35 to 39% before. Fortress comes in for Alice, gets some lefties here. Seismic Toss will be enough to take it out, and Conflict furthers his lead. He's got a 6-4 advantage now. Full teams have been revealed for a while for both guys. Thunder connecting on the lax for Alice. There's 29% and a para. Body Slam comes down 25%, doesn't find the para. Miltank has been the consistent check for the lax throughout the game for Conflict, despite the fact that he had his leftovers snatched away earlier. And there is Growl, which is irrelevant against Zapdos, but he switches back to Lax. We have Lax on Lax once again. They're at comparable health, but Conflicts is paralyzed. Miltank again comes in. Alice giving herself a chance for a crit there. I like that play. Gave herself an opportunity to BS out the Miltank there, which is exactly what she needs to do. She needs to fish for opportunities like that with how far behind she is right now. So I like that she gives herself a chance, but the luck is not cooperating and the crit has not come. Milk Drink being spammed for Conflict. Still has 9 of them left. Here comes Lax now. Hidden Power bouncing off. Barely negating lefties. Just 12%. Gengar comes in at this point. Blanks the Body Slam. Will get lefties from Miltank. He stole them. There's Thunderbolt. Flamethrower, only 21%. Gengar would live another one should we continue this. They're both going to stay in. There's Thunderbolt and Flamethrower again. Gengar at 6%. We already know he has Destiny Bond. Conflict has to be careful. Here's a switch back to Lax anyway, and it looks like Conflict was willing to go for it there, but full para kicks in. Miltank again comes in to check the Lax. It's been so reliable in doing that throughout the game, despite the fact that it doesn't have lefties. Here comes Gengar. Growl unlikely to matter. It's only if it has Boom. But we know the full set and it does not have Boom. It is Thunderbolt, Ice Punch, Thief, Destiny Bond. Here's Gengar. There's the Heal Bell. It's going to wake up the T-Tower. There was a para too on the Lax. So both those things are going to go away. Ice Punch connecting on Zapdos here, 38%. May or may not live another one. Conflict not going to take the chance. Ice Punch there, BS 10% freeze on the way in. Going to shut off the T-Tower. But again, there is in fact the Miltank with Heal Bell. Tar goes for Pursuit anyway, knowing that Gengar is going to get out of the way. Might as well try to Thaw there, but the Thaw does not come. Lax curses up, and once again, it finds itself staring down a cow. There's Lovely Kiss trying to shut it off before it can get Heal Bell off. Would have been nice, but an unlucky miss for Alice, who's definitely had a couple of bad pieces of hacks in this game, like the 2 Thunder misses on Starmie, and the critical hit against Vaporeon, and right there, the Lovely Kiss miss on the Miltank, which would have kept the Tyranitar frozen. So there's Thunder Wave and Double Edge respectively. Starmie on its last life. Double Edge going to take it out, and the lead is getting a little bit slimmer for Conflict. It is now 5-4. T-Tar has been thawed thanks to the Heal Bell. However, he gets out of the way, and Conflict gets donked here. Doesn't get the switch that he's hoping for, loses his Zapdos. We've got ourselves a 4-4, and all of a sudden this game much closer than it looked before. There's Rock Slide for Conflict. Curse is going to happen here. It only did 14% before. It'll even less now. There's a third Curse. T-Tar possibly with Roar here. Yes. Gets it out of the way. Crisis averted. Miltank comes in to check Rhydon. Nailed for 35% on the way in, but he still has plenty of Milk Drinks left. 7 of them, in fact. There's one of them, and there is a full para. Growl there to negate that Earthquake and/or Rock Slide damage. Curse, however, is going to undo the attack reduction. Alice does not want to play this game and gets out of the way. Seismic Toss connects with Zapdos. Barely a big deal. Lax comes in. There's Thunder. 32%. No para, no crit. And it's now Lax on Lax once again. Conflict opts for his to take a nap. Alice has a paralyzed Lax here. See what she can do. She also opts for a nap. And in comes T-Tar. Quagsire comes in, looking for an opportunity to set up against a sleeping opponent. Belly Drum is functioning like a Swords Dance here, which is still pretty good. See if he can get some damage off. No, he's going to go to T-Tar here because he knows Lax is waking up, and Alice stays in, goes for Curse. T-Tar might be obligated to roar it out. There's a Curse again, and there's the Roar. Those boosts are not going to stay. Gengar now in a bad spot. He knows T-Tar has Pursuit. In fact, he goes for that. Destiny Bond happens, but it doesn't take it down, and Conflict decides not to trade the Tyranitar for the Gengar here. Instead, switches to Quagsire. Ice Punch nails it, 23%. Belly drum functioning again like a swords dance here. So Quagsire a little bit more dangerous. Could still die to Destiny Bond. Alice goes for it. Hidden Power will in fact grant that trade. Both Gengar and Quagsire will go down. We've got ourselves a 3-3. The ever obnoxious Miltank still checking the Lax and the Rhydon in this situation. Conflict seems to have the advantage given what Pokemon are left for both players. Here comes Rhydon into the Lax anyway. There's Body Slam. It's going to tickle him for 11%. Not a big deal. But once again, here's Miltank. In order for Alice to win, she is going to have to run the Miltank out of Milk Drink PP. Currently has 7 of those, but she needs to force as many of them out as possible. There's one of them after eating an Earthquake. Here's another EQ. Zapdos in at this point. It's simply a Growl turn. Miltank still doesn't have his lefties. Here comes Lax, here comes Rhydon, advantage Rhydon here. Miltank comes in once again to check it, and there's a curse on the switch. The Milk Drink's getting low on PP for Conflict. There's Rock Slide. This is probably going to force another Milk Drink, and in fact it does. Only 5 of them left as the PP starts to get slim. Here comes Zapdos switching into Growl. Alice doing a good job trying to grind out this game, and a nice double switch for her as well. Getting Rhydon into Lax and once again forcing this sequence, which will lead to a Milk Drink being forced by Conflict. There's Earthquake. Miltank in the red has to Milk Drink here and does. Probably another Earthquake turn there, but full power kicks in at a bad time. And Alice is exploiting these matchups over and over again, including this really nice double switch to force the Milk Drinks out. And it is not an infinite supply. There's only 4 left for Conflict. He's going to have to make a play here to break out of this. This is not a winning formula. He will sooner than later run out of Milk Drinks and be in trouble. Gonna switch it up to Growl now. Earthquake gonna knock Miltank very, very low. And there's another Milk Drink. Only 2 remaining for her. Here comes the Lax. Rhydon comes in at this point. And again, it's Miltank. Full power kicks in at a bad time. That's going to prompt in the Zapdos. There's Growl, no big deal. Zapdos doesn't care. Here's Rhydon coming in again. Gets in on the Lax. And here's Miltank, but it only has the 2 left. However, full power kicks in. Growl is going to negate it. Full power kicks in again. Here's the Lax. Finds itself in on Zapdos. Finally, Conflict gets a little bit of tempo, but can he do anything with it? He opts for a curse here. Rhydon we know has Roar if it comes to it, but he opts for his own curse first. And once again, here's the Miltank. There's Growl and full power, which has religiously kicked in a bad time for Alice throughout this game. Seismic Toss connecting with Zapdos here. Here comes Lax. Here comes Rhydon. The loop continues. Miltank again comes in to check it, and like clockwork, full para for Alice. She now goes Rock Slide. They're on even boosts in that they both don't have any. Rock Slide and full para. Conflict here is going aggro. He's trying to beat the Miltank down with Seismic Tosses. He knows how low he is on Milk Drinks, only 2 of them, so he's trying to play offensively. We now have Rhydon against Tyranitar, a matchup we haven't seen, but again full power kicks in for Alice. She's been very unlucky with the full power as the Roar there is going to phase it out, but the Tyranitar could have taken huge Earthquake damage had the full power not happened. Finally, a non-full power turn that matters for Alice. Earthquake connects, Milk Drink forced out. There's only 1 left, but again full power kicks in against Alice. She has gotten very unlucky with several pieces of hacks throughout this game. Here comes T-Tar, here comes Lax. Rock Slide here, 29%. A flinch here against Alice. Definitely on the bad end of the BS in this game. Rock Slide and Lovely Kiss respectively. Let's check on Heal Bell PP. She's got 5 of those left. Here's Lax on Zapdos now, 52% after lefties. Rhydon comes in once again. He's got plenty of PP because he spent the whole game being fully paralyzed. Here comes +1 Body Slam, 17%. There's Curse from Rhydon. This will not end well for Conflict, especially because we know Rhydon does have that Roar to get rid of him, and that's what he's going to go for here. Here comes Sleeping T-Tar at the mercy of the ride-on if it cannot be fully paralyzed. And he nails him for 97%. Ride-on very dangerous now. Here's Miltank. Rock Slide unluckily missing on the way in. Not sure why that wasn't an EQ turn. There's Seismic Toss. There's Rock Slide. Miltank 26%, and it's down to its last milk drink. It uses it here. There are no more milk drinks, and there's a crit against the Miltank to make it fall. Alice takes the lead on turn 141 for the first time in the game. She's looking very, very good to close Conflict out here, despite being on the bad end of the hacks. Very impressive. Full Power kicks it at a bad time, but she still has another opportunity to kill it here. T-Tot remains asleep. Rock Slide takes it out. It's going to be last poke Snorlax, and that is it for Conflict against 3 Pokemon for Alice. Gonna have to grind out this Rhydon and never ever get crit. A tall task, but it can be done. The Curse War is going to begin. Earthquake 33% there. Lax very much in trouble. Alice not going to grind this out. It's a curse here as well. Alice might bring this in just for the purpose of Lovely Kiss. That is exactly what happens here. But can she punish? I don't know that I like switching away from the Rhydon there. She's going to curse up with her own Lax here. She thinks that her Lovely Kiss Lax has the advantage here. But Conflict wakes up exactly when he needs to and finds the para. Crazy luck for Conflict there. If he doesn't wake up there, or if he simply doesn't get paralysis with a body slam, Alice could just Lovely Kiss it again. But everything going right for Conflict here. Alice has gotten so unlucky in this game, and it's now going to come down to only the Rhydon against the Lax. Conflict really seems to have no business winning this game, but he has a real chance to do so given these circumstances. They are both going to curse up to the brink, and then it's just going to become who can crit first and or who runs out of PP first. Probably the Rhydon runs out of PP. The paralysis can help him preserve PP, but rest can also preserve PP for Conflict. So what either guy is really truly looking for here is a crit. And the boosts here are continuing. Both getting very, very high. 1 away for Conflict, 2 away for Alice. There's curse number 4, or 5 rather, for her. They're both pretty damn boosted at this point. Rhydon can't curse any further. Neither can Lax. The overflow could happen, so they're not going to go any further than they already are. Just a matter of can either one of them find a crit, or will Conflict somehow grind Alice out and win this game? Alice has been super duper on the bad end of the BS this game. 1,000,000 full powers at bad times that mattered. 2 thunder misses on the Starmie early on. I think there was one other thing too. Oh yeah, the crit on the Vaporeon. All sorts of bad stuff happened to Alice in this game. Conflict is an incredible GSC player and is probably, almost definitely, the overall better GSC player than Alice. So I take nothing away from Conflict at all. He's a fantastic player, but it looks to me like Alice should have won this game. Whether she will or not is yet to be determined, but I think this game should have gone her way. She got really unlucky, and had things played out with just a little bit more neutral luck, I think Alice had this pretty handily. As it is now, we are in for a grind. I might switch it over to fast speed here. I'm going to do that real quick, because this could take a minute. There's a crit, but it's not going to be enough. Another crit is going to be required. Attacking PP getting very low here for Rhydon. Only the 4 Rock Slides and the 1 Earthquake remaining. Going to need multiple crits here. There's Rock Slide, not a crit. 4 attacks left. Rock Slide again, not a crit. 3 attacks left. Full power at a bad time. The Wake, the rest. Running crits going to be necessary at this point. Only 2 Rock Slides remaining, no Earthquakes. Would need running Rock Slide crits here. It is the only way, and that is not a critical hit, and that is going to crucify Alice's chances. She is going to get BS'd out of this game by Conflict. She has no more attacking PP, and at this point, this game, even though it is a grind, and even though she is not conceding, is effectively over. We can go through the motions here, but ultimately Rhydon will hit struggle first, pending a miraculous sequence of indefinite full power, which is kind of cute that she needs it now, whereas she was getting it all the time when she did not need it. But yeah, we are just going through the motions. I'm going to push it over to hyper fast, in fact. It'll stop showing the animations, but I mean, this really is just a PP grind here. If we get to the point where Rhydon is in fact struggling, I will put it back over to a more normal speed, but right now they're just going back and forth, killing PP, killing PP, killing PP. Conflict is actually very slowly damaging the Rhydon. These flamethrowers are just barely negating lefties, but slowly but surely, Conflict is getting there, and he's got enough flamethrowers left to where he will eventually get him this way, even though it's pretty slow and pathetic and boring. There's Body Slam again, and it will be enough, and this has got to be a frustrating game for Alice to lose. Takes almost a full 200 turns, and it definitely felt like she played well against a superior opponent and got the bad end of the luck, which is really, really frustrating because she stepped up her game. She definitely could have won this, arguably should have won this, and it just did not go her way. These are the kind of games that are frustrating and discouraging, but it is just the way that Pokemon goes sometimes. But she should be very happy with the way that she played, and I don't think that her teammates should be at all frustrated or upset with her. I don't think there was a whole heck of a lot more that she could have done. It's just Pokemon sometimes, but the winner is nevertheless one of the best GSCs of all time. Conflict takes this one down in a 200-turn marathon. Alrighty, hope you guys liked it. I'm not going to turn my channel into a GSC channel. I'm always going to be ADV focused, but I don't mind doing a little GSC from time to time. You guys let me know if it's something you want to see more of in the future. I'm not going to do it all the time, but if you want to see it every now and again, let me know. And if you don't, that's fine too. Either way, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon.